Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
You know what time it is.
It's Monday. Sexual-Enigma, sex talk. We ready. We ready. We ready.
We ready.
You
better
be ready.
Yeah. We ready.
Yes. My name is Robin.
Yeah.
This is
Tamara.
and we are Sexual-Enigma.
Sexual-Enigma.
I am a yoga trapeze instructor, a group exercise fitness instructor, a personal trainer, and one half of Sexual-Enigma.
Yes. And I am a yoga instructor. Talk much. Yoga instructor. Also a Pilates instructor. Also a group fitness instructor, and I am the other half of Sexual-Enigma.
Yes.
Hello.
I see y'all ready.
Everybody's ready.
Be ready.
Oh my gosh. Let's get it started. That's what I'm talking about. Just it.
So what's Sexual-Enigma? Tell our viewers.
If you're new and joining us, Sexual-Enigma, I'll get it straight. It's basically a workshop that Robin and I have put together for couples to help level up their relationship, build on that foundation, build on their communication, their vulnerability, and intimacy. And we do that through trapeze yoga and mat-based yoga.
Yes. So there are partner poses that we do with the couples, and it definitely helps them, like she said, level up.
Yes.
And a part of that is coming to you guys with some awesome information on sexual health.
Yes.
And this whole month we've been going over
Erogenous zone.
Yes, the zones of the body that cause some intense arousal.
Yes.
And tonight we are talking about the rub me zone.
Rub me.
Which includes, we've coined it the rub me zone, by the way.
Yes.
And it includes behind the knee, your foot, the bottom of your foot, your calves, and your shins.
Yeah.
Okay?
I don't know about you, but my knees are sensitive.
Nobody's ever really messed with my knees like that.
My knees is like, don't touch my knees.
Make it a little weak.
Little weak.
I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly. That's why they said weak in the knees.
Boom.
They knew about the erogenous zone.
Telling you.
Listen.
Boom. I like how you did that.
You're welcome. All right, so before we get all the way into our topic, you guys know what we do every week.
Every week.
Kombucha Wars!
Kombucha Wars! Boom. Just saying.
So, my kombucha of the night is Hum by Hum. It is strawberry lemonade. If you can see that, yummy, yummy. Yes. I've never tried this brand, but I figure strawberry lemonade is great because it's my celebration to the end of summer.
End of summer.
But I like fall. What do you got?
Good. Okay, so you all know, or you may not know, but I like the Cayenne Cleanse through Health Aid. I like this. It gives you a nice little in the back with cayenne, because cayenne is in there. Yes. And it is a cleanse. So it's still a kombucha, but it's a cleanse. It's a gut cleanse, I'm just saying. So for fall is the fall equinox is when you let go. So I'm cleaning out to let go of some stuff.
Okay.
You see what I did there?
This smells good. All right. Let us know if y'all drinking and sipping on some kombucha out there.
What kombucha are you sipping on? Sorry about that.
We want to know if we need to add that to our taste repertoire.
Yes, because last week was off the chain.
Yes, that Hex Ferment kombucha, a company out of Baltimore.
Yes.
Bomb. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's good. It's got the bite.
It's
got
got
that
bite?
lemonade bite.
It does?
It's like
Tart?
It's a little tart.
A little tart?
I'm not a fan of the tart. Oh, one of our viewers said that they had a ginger cayenne kombucha. That sounds yummy.
You know, I love the ginger. And I love cayenne.
All right. Let us know if you got some more kombucha flavors out there. We'd love to know.
I think ginger is my fetish. Just saying.
Oh, hey, why not? Food play.
Food. Ooh.
A topic for another time.
Tonight
is Erogenous Zone.
Yes.
And like I said, we are talking about the Rub Me Zone, which includes the feet, the calves, the shin, and the back of the knee.
Back of the knee.
If you did not know, erogenous.
What is it?
It stands for two things. Part of it is Greek. The eros part means love, and genus part means create or producing.
Ooh.
So it's love producing. Erogenous means love producing.
Ooh.
Yes.
I can get those love producing things started. Okay. Well, since we're talking about the erogenous love producing, we're talking about the erogenous zone, so love producing zones of the body. See how I did that?
Mm-hmm.
Erogenous zone is an area of the body that has a heightened sensitivity, the stimulation of which may generate a sexual response, such as relaxation, sexual fantasies, sexual arousal, and orgasm.
Yes. Erogenous zones simulate all sorts of stuff. Now, all month we've had on different guests, and tonight is no different. Who we have tonight?
We have Dr. Yolanda Ragland of FixYourFeet.com. Check it out.
Let me tell you a little bit about her. She is a podiatric reconstruction surgeon, specializing in hammer-toe corn removal and bunion correction with a cosmetic result. She practices in Manhattan, New York on Park Avenue and also in Bowie, Maryland. She is 2020's recipient of 25 Black Influential Women in Business from the Network Journal. And so without further ado, we are going to go ahead and add in the doctor.
Yes.
And as she is getting ready to join us, make sure you check her out. Her IG handle is fix_your_feet. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, ladies. How are you doing?
How are you, beautiful lady?
I am loving the glow from your face.
Girl, I just pressed the button. I got the glow button. I had to turn the glow button on.
You glow, girl. That's beautiful.
Let me turn up the volume here just a little bit so I can hear you. Okay, there we go.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're super excited to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really honored. Let me tell you something. When I first found out about your page, I was just like, this is thebomb.com. I was just like, this is it. I'm like, this is what we need. I love it. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great. I love what you're doing with this month. It's later for the day. Take it into the month. And you're right. You got it. I mean, when we're talking about sex health, we should. How the hell you gonna give it one day?
Right?
Hello. Okay, this is sex. Okay, it's sex.
So true. So true.
So thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
So tell us about the foot as an erogenous zone. What nuggets you got to sprinkle on us today?
Yes.
Okay.
I can on no hammer toes.
Well, listen. You know, actually, there's been research out there, and you know, the research actually says contrary to my belief that the foot isn't one of the hot spots. Okay, I don't know who they surveyed. You know, I did my 5 years at the National Institutes of Health. I'm an NIH research doctor, so I can pick apart a paper, literature. I'm like, who did you ask? Where were you? What planet were you on? Because if the foot wasn't a hot spot, how in the world do I, little old me, okay, from humble beginnings, wind up with a Carnegie Hill practice on Park Avenue, New York, just catering to making the foot aesthetically beautiful? And people want to make things beautiful because they want to be attractive, and they want to be attractive because they want to get some. Okay, half the patients come in here telling me that they forego. I had a stallion of a stripper. I mean, a stallion. Okay. I'm talking about this woman is drop dead gorgeous. She is making bank down in Hotlanta, okay, stripping, and she's giving up trips with NFL players to warm areas because she doesn't want them to see her feet. And I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm just like, you know, I mean, I see what you're talking about, but girlfriend, you should go to Cabo. You know, and she basically said, she's like, if they want to go skiing or anything like that, I'm down. But any place warm, no. So so to say that the foot is really not a hot spot, I think it's completely off kilter. So, and then the other thing is, I mean, just when you get down to the foot, I mean, just a good foot rub. We all know what a good foot rub is, whether it's your man, that old boyfriend, or if it was that little guy down at the nail salon. Okay. Okay. Oh. And you know, the little guy down at the nail salon, and I don't know, he just got the right movements and the right pressure, and you know, you sit back and the one eye drop down like you getting a stroke. Like, and you like, and in New York City they charge in New York City, they so smart, they're like, okay, 10 minutes, $10. And I swear to God, I hit the button again. I said, I need 10 more. The other eye came down. Wait, miss, you gotta go. You gotta go. So the foot, you know, when you massage any area, you're gonna stimulate and increase blood flow. When you would stimulate and increase blood flow, you know, that's always good for climax. I mean, so that's one thing. So I found out, I did a little bit of research on it because, you know, I am actually a podiatric surgeon, but I found out there's so many names for this thing. So okay. And don't laugh at me now, because these are my, you know, I got to sport some crazy glasses. You know, I can't do anything right now. So it says, so here are some foot fetish names. So there's sexual love of feet, foot fetishism. I had to practice that many times. Okay. Foot worship, foot partialism, sexual paraphilia. I wasn't sure about that one. And then there are podophiles. I was like, I love it because pod stands for feet. That's why I'm a podiatrist. A pod, they'll call you a pod. Oh. So it's a podophile, not a pedophile. It's a podophile.
And that's a little too close for me. That's why I was like, skip.
Okay. I know, that's why. Well, you know how many times there's another doctor in the Washington metropolitan area with my name. She's Yolanda Ragland, but she's a pediatrician. Oh. And I get lab results, and I'm just like, and the date of birth is like, you know, 2011. I'm like, that's not my patient. So yes, it gets. I mean, it gets mixed up all the time, and I'm talking about even very highly educated people get it wrong all the time. I've had lawyers mix us up, and I'm just like, no, that's pediatrician. I'm a podiatric doctor. It's totally different, but we have the same name, so oh well. She's got to be wonderful because we got the same name. Yeah. And then there are just some people that have a pronounced interest for the aesthetics of a foot with no sexual motivation. So I don't know if you guys remember Sex and the City, and I think it was Charlotte. There was a guy that just wanted her to try on shoes all the time.
Yes.
And
I
so he,
that one.
yeah. So he's definitely that guy.
That guy. Yeah, because he was giving her shoes for free.
He was giving her shoes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he was hetero. He seemed a little, they didn't make it clear, but I didn't think that he was hetero.
No.
He didn't come across as being hetero to me. Yeah, you don't think so either. Right.
Oh my gosh, that is so hilarious. Yes, I do remember that.
Listen, I am all for a good foot. Like, see a nice foot. Like, aesthetics is a thing, right? So I think, like, especially with the work that you do on like the corn removal, the hammer toe, I've seen some of those pictures. Y'all need to check her page out. But yes, I've seen, and I'll be like, yo, that foot looks so much better.
Yes.
Because when your foot looks good, it kind of makes people want to touch and caress and lick.
Well, let me tell you something. My background is from Trinidad, and I had this uncle. His name was Uncle Rogers. And I remember being young. My mom would send me to Trinidad every summer, and I'd be downtown because my family had shops. And so my Uncle Rogers, he was like the craziest one. And he would be like, when I see a woman walking down the street, he says, I start from the foot, and then I walk my way up. And then I say, and then he talks about the rest, the legs, the waist, and how she walk and roll into the face. And I said, Uncle Rogers, why didn't you start at the foot? And he goes, I don't want no woman with bubble foot. So I think, I think it's an international thing, foot aesthetics. I do believe, this is just my personal belief. I don't have any concrete evidence on it. I'm pretty sure if I was ever to do the research, I would be absolutely correct. But I think that within the Black community, I don't know. I think feet is like, it's a real thing. Eddie Murphy, and like women in my age group and maybe a little bit older say that damn Eddie Murphy, they are mad at him for Boomerang. I mean, like they are like that damn Eddie Murphy. Like everybody knew that your feet had to be on point. That's but true. When Eddie did that scene and he slipped. That's what he did. And he slid out of the bed to get away from homegirl. And then when he saw Robin Gibbons' feet, he was like, yes. Yeah. I mean, he put it out there. All the women were just like, oh my gosh, I have to get my feet done. So, yeah, having beautiful feet, definitely there's a sexual component to it because he never went back with the girl again. It turned him off. Physically. Yeah. So yeah, and then there's some other things that's really interesting about the foot that I did not know about was that they say that the brain controls the sensations and what you feel. And they say the part of the brain that controls the sensations that you feel in your foot is right next to the part of the brain that controls your genitalia. Mm. So they think that sometimes there's some cross wiring going on there. And that's the reason. They think that, for sure. What's that?
Which toe is it? The big
I don't think. Well, you know what? I think I see. That's what I'm saying. There's not enough research out there to tell you which toe is it. But I'm going to tell you what. So now I'm going to share with you about me. So, so my pinky toe. I hate my pinky toe. I think it's so ugly. it looks like I have one of those nail. The thing looks like a damn penguin. Okay, so the nail kind of like, it's not flat down. You know how it's supposed to be nice and flat? No, it comes out, looks like a little beak. And you know how the pinky toe is kind of fat, like the penguin's body? But there's something there. Somebody takes my pinky toe and just gently presses on that nail in a certain kind of way. It's like that sweet itch. You ever get I call it a sweet, you know, that itch that it itches, and when you scratch it, it feels so good.
Ooh.
I mean, that just sounds sexual right there, right? You know, when you itch it, oh, it feels so good. Oh my God. And again, I get the one eye coming down. Oh my God. I like keep doing it. Sometimes I do it to myself. I go down there, squeeze my own little pinky toe, squeeze the toenail. Girl, one time I squeezed it so hard the damn thing fell off. So I said, I can't do that no more. Just saying, don't judge.
Oh,
Judgment free zone.
And then of course, if you think about it, with reflexology, you can tap into every organ of the body on the foot. So, and reflexology is, I mean, even though I've never practiced it or whatever, I've had someone do it, and the man said, "This is." The guy was doing, he's like, "This is your ovary," and he touched it. I was like, "Oh," I was like, like, what do you? How'd you do that?
Where was the touch?
Pardon?
Where was?
Oh, the ovary is right on the outer ankle, like, so where that bone is, right on the outer ankle, right around there and behind. It's right there in that area.
Yes, you know, one of the things that we talk to our couples about during our workshops is that, like, stretching, like lifting up the leg and doing some flexing, and then massaging right behind the ankle, that area.
Yeah.
It definitely, it increases the blood flow. It can connect to those genitalias, but like it prepares the body for sex. Even one of our viewers just mentioned that they left foot, there's a nerve that somebody gonna hit, and it runs off.
It's got that extra innervation, baby. It's okay.
Yes. That's what, right? Okay, I remember that. The left foot, not the right, the left. That's right behind that vein.
And then like I said, like when I started out this whole thing, and like they're saying that it's not a hot spot. If that's not one of the hot spots, then there are more websites about foot fetishes than there are about foot healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the three top, what was it? The three most common fetishes is the feet, the hands, and the hair. And then when people were polled about what was their fetish, 47% said the foot. So I don't get it. So definitely the foot is a hot spot as far as I'm concerned. I think the research is off. I think that it's just not done properly. I didn't read the actual literature. Just another doctor was reporting what something said, so it didn't really tell me who wrote the article or what. I would love to dissect that and pick it apart, but no, the lower extremity is definitely on. And like you said before, Tamara, the knees are super, super sensitive and sensual.
Man.
And what about behind the knee?
Yeah, that's the spot.
Yeah. Oh, Robin likes behind the knee, huh?
We did have a quick question from one of the viewers asking about like how yoga can change the foot. And with yoga trapeze, I haven't seen that happen. But what about with mat-based yoga, Tamara?
I haven't seen a difference. I guess it depends on, like, you utilize your feet more, like maybe, doing
Well,
the
what I think, what I could add to that is that, so after I do bunion surgery, where I'm working on the big toe joint, and I have to take apart everything there and then put it back together, and you can wind up getting big toe stiffness in that area. So I have to I have to teach them how to do some range of motion exercises in that area. And then a lot of the ladies a lot of the people, but most of my patients are women, and they are African American women. But a lot of the patients will, they want to exercise. They want to get back to exercising. And the one thing that I do permit them to do is yoga, and that's because, you know, you're getting a lot of flexing, and it's active flexing. There's not a lot of impact, or it's low impact to the foot. So I think that performing yoga does help with the flexibility, not only in the rest of your body, but it does also assist in that in your foot. I mean, just think about some of the common positions. You're getting lengthening of your Achilles tendon, which also means that you're getting lengthening of the plantar fascia, which is associated with heel spurs or heel pain. I mean, you're making sure you're stabilizing the ankle, so you're strengthening the muscle groups around the ankle to decrease any chances of getting ankle sprains that could actually lead into fractures. So even though you may not see a physical morphological change in the foot, so yoga is not gonna get rid of a bunion, it's not gonna get rid of a hammer toe or anything like that. But it is going to help with your range of motion, with your flexibility, and also with strengthening the muscular structures that surround the bony structures in the foot.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for that question and comment. One of the things that she did say was that she's finding her feet to be more sensitive and flexible, like you mentioned.
Right.
And that makes total sense. So you're doing the right thing, girl.
Yes. Come to our workshop. Bring your partner.
Awesome. So
We did have questions.
Yeah, I was about to ask one. My question to you is that toe jam area, right? The space in between the toes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why can that be sensitive? Why is that like a spot for arousal? And how do we arouse it? Is just like you're massaging that spot, picking out the lint, or
I think that crevices are always an area that can stimulate
crevices,
arousals around the body anywhere. It's just like, think about it. It's like your armpit. I mean, people don't realize it. Let somebody lick your armpit and see what happens. Have you ever let them?
But I did that little trace on her underarm.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you. Why do you think that we tickle? Like, why do you think that's a place that's the go-to spot to tickle? It's very ticklish. So your feet are very ticklish. And I theorize that areas that get less attention are probably more sensitive, because the other areas that get more attention could be getting desensitized. Oh. So if it's a little crevice in there and nobody's been in there and you never felt that before, you're like, whoa, hey, this is something new. That alone.
I a new crevice. Everybody.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Think about just behind the ear. All these little tiny, intricate, these crevices that we just wouldn't think of before. I mean, let's face it, ladies. 40, 50 years ago, it wasn't a common thing for oral sex. That wasn't, it's that people. I mean. My mother's country, like I said, my mother's from Trinidad. If you did that, you was dirty. you know, back in the day.
True.
So as we, you know, became more sexually enlightened, people started saying, no, it's not dirty. It's great. Go there. Go there. Put your mouth on it. You know, clean it up, freshen it up, and put your mouth on it. So, and the same thing goes with the foot. Those little crevices, the interspace in between the toes. Even if, just think about licking in between your fingers, right? Right? Think about it. Just think about it. If somebody took their tongue and put it in between your fingers, just imagine what that feels like on your foot. Look at Tamara looking down.
Looking at her toes right now.
Telling you, don't knock it. Just, it's not dirty. It's good. You know, just freshen it up. And people, I know there are people out there. So people out there that are afraid of fungus. Okay, so let's talk about that, because you know that's one of the biggest things. So people out there that are afraid of fungus, let's get something straight. There are two types of people in the world. There are people that get funguses and people that don't. Okay, so if you're susceptible to fungal infection and you know you've had athlete's foot or jock itch or ringworm in the past, then you might want to ask your mate if they have any sort of history like that before. If that's the case, then maybe that should not be on your plate. or you can, you know, you can put something, you can glove it. You know, you can glove, I mean, come on. Saran wrap, whatever, just, you know, get that sensation on there. You know, we gotta think outside the box. This is Sexual-Enigma, is it not? Right? So
of it. What? You just wrap it up with something. Go ahead.
Yeah, saran wrap, baby. Come on. Didn't you see Booty Call when they went out to go get the saran wrap? Stop playing. Anywho, so perhaps that might not be something on your plate, or like I said, there are ways around it. But if you've never had a fungal infection, any sort, just clean off the area, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, listen, one of our viewers said folks about to go experiment, and I am all for it. Do it safely.
Oh, experiment.
Yes, experiment. Do it safely. Talk with your partner, but have some fun.
Yeah. Have some fun with it. Think about it. You think about all of these spots that we're missing. We're always kissing. Oh, it's so boring. We're always doing the same BS all the time. Let's do something a little bit different.
Make love to my toe jam.
Woo! If you're gonna have toe jam, please have it placed and not be there because it accrued. That's all I'm saying. Maybe, that's a product. Maybe they'll actually come out with a sex product called toe jam. That's great. Okay, y'all can't steal my stuff now. Okay, I'm gangsta.
Partnership.
Okay. Now I'm talking about the people out there that's listening. I'm not worried about y'all. I'm talking about these people listening. I'll find you.
Here. I'll find you.
I will find you.
We got a good question that came through. Can licking the foot change the flora of the mouth?
Oh,
well, that's what I was just discussing. So I'm saying that, you know, make sure you clean off. And then, like I said, if you have any sort of history of any sort of fungal infection, like athlete's foot, something like that, or even if you don't, even if you had other types of, like I said, jock itch, ringworms, they're all kind of associated. The bugs are kind of, or the fungus is kind of like in the same class. So you might want to be a little bit more precautious there. But if you have never had that before, It's on like popcorn. Even if your mate has fungus, you ain't getting it. Okay? Okay? You're not getting it. No, you either are susceptible to getting it or you're not.
Oh.
That's it. It's too, so like, that's why they did a study with people that had fungal infection. They took a whole bunch of college kids. They had them wade in fungal infected water. These were, all these kids never had fungal infections before. They waded in the water, and guess what? They never got a fungal infection. So you have to be susceptible. If you're a person that's susceptible to getting fungal infection, then you're susceptible to getting fungal infection. Maybe, like I said, you want to think a little bit more safely. Think about different ways we can go around there. Or like I said, the hand's very sensitive too, so we can work on the crevices in between the hands, or the interspace. That's the proper terminology. So if, like I said, if you don't have a history of, if the person that asked the question, if that person does not have a history of having any sort of fungal infections, go for it. It's highly unlikely that it will change the flora in the mouth.
Okay. We got one more question come through asking about, what about candida, that yeast?
That's in the fungus family. So it's all, like I said, you would have to be immunocompromised. I mean, it's very special situations. And like I said, also clean off. It's just like when sometimes it's good to have hot stinky sex, but sometimes it's nice to be freshened up too.
It is. It is. Do you have any more questions?
I was just gonna say, people out there, just wash your feet before you go delving into foot play.
Yeah, wash your feet. I think wash your feet. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's wonderful. Suck a toe, please suck it. Didn't you guys do the suck me? Didn't you do suck me? Yeah. Definitely. Suck a toe. It'll take you a long way. You never know. You might get somebody to turn that corner.
Right. One of the comments or questions actually is, any precautions or suggestions for using your foot on the genital area? My foot.
You should have your nails cut. If you have any sort of fungal nail, no, don't do it. No fungal nails, no long nails. That would basically, and warts. That's the other thing you want to be mindful of, are warts. Yes. I forgot about warts. Sorry about that, people. Warts. Warts are very contagious, regardless. So if anybody has warts, ask. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Most adults get warts from children. Okay? So if you know that your partner either has young kids or is working around young kids, you may want to ask them if they have any warts in that area. Okay, because that's contagious too. But usually adults don't give adults warts.
Okay.
Kids give adults warts.
Okay.
Now I've used my a couple times to rub on a genital.
What's that?
I've used my foot before. And
why not? Yes. But when you at the table, you at the dinner table, it's intimate, and you just want to reach that foot over there and don't let anybody know. Why not? Yes.
And use it to rub the penis sometimes.
Yes.
If I can't, because I'm somewhere else, my foot can.
Okay.
No, that's right.
Like I said.
I'm gonna take my foot and rub it on.
We got
she got her foot up in there. Oh,
questions from our audience members. Let us know if you have more questions. Feel
Yes.
free.
For Dr. Yolanda Ragland.
Yeah, she is giving us all the tea.
Who knew about the crevices?
The interspace in between toes.
Yes.
That's right, the interspace, baby.
Yes.
So do you have any tips on the best way to like stimulate or create arousal on the foot?
Yes.
You know what? I think it's one of those things. It's the same thing like when people ask me, what's the best shoe to wear? There's no one answer for that because everybody's foot is different. You have people that are supinators, pronators, that are flat-footed, that have cavus feet. You know, there's all these different things, and I think the same thing goes with trying to stimulate someone with their foot. Like I said, I might squeeze your pinky toe and you might not. You'd be like, what are you doing? Get off my pinky toe. But like I said, for me, it does it for me. You know, it might be the big toe on the top corner on the side. You got to get down there and experiment. What I'm saying, I think my suggestion is don't leave it out. I think that you should make it, you know, don't leave it out of the whole picture. Get down there, you know, and even if you don't want to touch the foot, its skin itself, because some people are just squeamish like that. A thin sock, whatever. I mean, you can still produce something out of that.
Yeah.
We had a question come through, and it says, "What about resizing?" Now, I'm not quite sure I understand the question. Maybe resizing of the foot or the toes. Not quite sure there. If you,
I'm not sure either. They got to be a little bit more specific.
Well,
yeah, because you know, I could go in a whole nother direction. Resizing of a foot, I'm not sure. So come on, let us know. Ask the question again. Let's get a complete sentence out of there so we know exactly what you want to answer to. I want to answer it correctly. So any other questions coming up? I can't see everything. Let me put my little.
It was more so. She said, "What about resizing of the foot?"
Yeah.
So I'm still not.
Oh, well, if you're asking if I can resize the foot, if I can change the size of the foot, is that what?
Talking about, it says they're talking about how some Asian cultures wrap the feet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
So,
that's crippling. So that, you know.
Well, let's that's crippling.
Yeah, that's not something I'm into. I mean, I'll shorten a toe, but not, I won't cripple you. So for me, it's all about maintaining function.
So we didn't get a chance to touch on, we touched on behind the knee, but them calves and shins, like the whole knee down is got some real hot spots in there.
Definitely.
Do you have any like body kind of rub on that shin, calf area, and it just do something for you?
You know, I haven't. I feel so deprived. I haven't had anyone to explore that area. No, the shin, the calf, perhaps.
I have had my partner rub on my leg, but just like you said, you know, the one eye down when you go get your toes done. You know, like they kind of beat on your leg like this. You're like, okay, I may let you go up a little. Better watch yourself. I'm just saying. So yeah, that is a pretty good. I'm sensitive. That feels good to me. I'm just saying.
I'm with you. I haven't had many people like explore that area of the body on me. I guess I need to do some like self-exploration to see.
Well, I think that here's the thing with the shin. The shin is there's not a lot of muscle over there. Okay, so there's not a lot of muscle on the area, and it can be bony. And you know, usually people like to touch soft areas. So even when like I said, when you do get down to the foot, I mean, what's the part that feels the best? It's underneath where the fat pad is. So you have a fat pad here and you have a fat pad here. And those are the areas that feel the best when they're rubbed. So it feels good for the person that's receiving the massage. And it also feels good for the person that's giving the massage. So that's probably why it's not an area that's explored as much. But I still think that it should be. I mean, every area, I think that like I said before, you're going to, because it hasn't been explored as much, I think it would be more sensitive than areas that do get more attention.
I'm sitting up here rubbing my shin right now.
She is. She is. I'm just
Look at you. Look at her.
A good question that came in, and also a comment. So I want to address the comment. Using a feather or light cloth, those type of things are really good. And we've mentioned them before for other areas of arousal.
The light touch.
That light touch is important. But this was a good question. So if the back of the ankle stimulates the ovaries for women, what does it do for males?
Yeah. I do believe, hold on, let me see. I got the chart up here somewhere. Because reflex, I know I have a chart up here somewhere. But I do believe it's they're either, here we go, reflexology chart. I do believe, let me see, 36 is ovary, fallopian tube. Oh, you know what? I am so, oh, here we go, 51. So it's right, it is on the other side. So the other side of the ankle. Well, no, yep, on the other side. Did you get that? Oh. So the other side of the ankle is the penis. Huh?
On one side, like what? The right side would be for the female. The left side would be for.
Well, actually, so the outer side. So let's say inner and outer. So the outer side is called lateral, and the inner side is called the medial. Okay, but I think that people will understand inner and outer better than lateral and medial. So actually it reads here, actually on the inner side, it's vagina, penis, and urethra. Okay. And on that outer side, it reads ovaries, fallopian tube, and testicles. So they're both located in the same area.
Okay. So rub on both sides.
So it's genitalia. It's period.
Yeah.
Yes.
So listen, it's not just women who can get a little arousal from some foot play, also men.
Yes.
So on both sides of both sides of those ankles, and they're very sensitive areas. You just have to explore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, explore. Rub them at the same time.
Yes.
That's right. That's what Dr. Theo said, that at the same time.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, I don't have any more questions. No. Do you have any other like nuggets that you've already given us so much?
Yes.
But
I'm trying to let me see that. Let me make sure I didn't get anything else. Yeah, nope. I think I got most. Oh. And then one other thing is that this is one other thing I did not bring up. So remember I discussed how the part of the brain that controls the sensations in the foot also controls the genitalia. And so they were saying that how they think that some people were using the foot as a remote erogenous zone because especially back in the day. So we're talking about way back in the day, because remember, think about it. I mean, an STD could have killed you back in the day. I mean, you got syphilis, you went crazy, you went blind, and then you died. Okay, so people were like, "Hey, let's play. You know, let's do footsies. Let's do some foot play." You know, so you know, foot play is always better before foreplay.
I feel like that should be a hashtag.
Foreplay. That's right.
Oh, that was good.
That's the one other thing. So just think about it. I mean, our generation, we're more open, thankfully, and we're we're more enlightened, we're more educated. So we're I mean, you know, we're all over the place, and so we don't have these fear anymore, the fear of dying from STDs.
Right.
So I guess they left the foot in the wayside and just said, no, let's just go for it.
Right.
One last question before we let you go. Do you have any info on foot worship?
I don't have any info on foot worship. That's a great question. I'm sorry. You caught me off guard. I don't have any info on foot worship. What I do, like I said, what I do know is that there are so many foot fetish websites out there. And actually, I didn't go on them because I was afraid I was going to get into a whole nother world. I'm like, Lord, do I really need to know all of this? I think I know enough about the foot that I need to know right now.
Right. I'll agree with that.
Oh my goodness.
That's true, because even people like to see just like a toenail being painted. Like,
No, it's true. It's true.
A foot in a shoe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be satisfying seeing those things for sure.
Right. Yes. Oh my goodness. So one of the comments, just because it's hilarious, says he's gonna take a plaster mold.
Yes, foot worship is called podophilia. I did bring up the word podophilia. Thank you so much.
Right. And he'll just, anyways, that was awesome.
That was funny.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
I had so much fun. I love this show. Keep it up, ladies. It is a hit. Just everybody don't know it yet. But this is a hit. This is definitely a hit. Continue it. I love it. Good job.
Tell our audience where they can find you and follow you and everything like that.
Yes.
Okay, so everyone, I'm Dr. Yolanda Ragland. I'm your Dr. Foot Fixer. I'm your foot fairy, and I'm queen of all the toes. I'm the owner. I'm the CEO of Fix Your Feet. You can find me on Fix Your Feet on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. I'm here. I'm sort of present in TikTok. I'm trying, people. But I may just put up a booty page for TikTok and give myself some sort of alias.
Listen, our people talking about you need your own TV show.
Yes, girl.
You Married to Medicine needs to come hit you
Yes.
up.
Oh God.
Actually, yeah.
They don't know. They don't know who they messing with. It's like, come on.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yes,
we greatly
thank you.
appreciate it. And we look forward to staying in touch and maybe having you back on again.
Yes.
We'll talk about
I'd love to anytime.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
All right.
See you later. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
I hope y'all learned something.
Yes.
So this whole month we've talked about erogenous zones from the crown of your head all the way down to the toes. And I hope you've enjoyed it. A few things to just remember and take with you.
Yes.
Is it's all about communication with your partner, knowing where to touch, and also being clear about your intentions to touch.
Yes.
Just because if you're in a relationship or if you're not, if you're just enjoying another person's pleasure and company, it's still good to get consent.
Yes.
And your whole body can be an erogenous zone.
Yes.
Every part that we talked about.
Remember that.
Yes. Armpits. What?
Yes, because that did me. I was like,
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Belly button, lower back,
All of it.
neck, ear, areolas, nipples, knees, all these places. So as the more in tune you are with your body,
Yes.
the more you'll feel that arousal coming from those different locations.
Yes.
And
the better sexual journey you'll have too.
Yes. And in our workshop, we talk about tapping into that.
Yes.
And allowing your partner to touch you and learning how to be touched and how to touch. So when y'all ready to come to the workshop, to the retreat, let us know.
Yes.
Retreat will be coming in June of 2020.
Look for it.
Look for it. Don't you worry. Pretty soon you're going to be able to register.
Boop, 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 boop.
And the last thing before we go.
Yes. Tell them what's coming in October.
Next month, October, we're going to be talking about exploring the unknown with your partner.
Yes. Each week, a different topic.
Explore it. Just like we talked about exploring those different spots on the foot.
Yes.
And other places of your body, we about to explore some unknown.
Yes. With your partner.
So look forward to that. Next week's topic is how to introduce new things. Yes. All right. It's been great. We love y'all.
Love you.
Yes,
guys.
Scorpio season. Woo!
Scorpio season.
Don't hate. Yes, Scorpio season. One of our viewers put it out there. You know,
I'm low-key Scorpio too, though. I got Scorpio in my chart.
The real Scorpio is here. All right. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Love you. See you next week.
See you. No, you don't know to know.